Well, the Mythic Mandate is a chance to prove a concept, because what I'm going to do is incorporate a lot of the processes and tools and spirit into a collaborative service, which will bring people together to talk about their work, collaborate, give feedback, and to help build sacred, right, through story, song. And that's the mythic generator idea that's been around, but now it's finally in focus. So it will be on my website under Open Myth Source. Mythic Generator is the nuts and bolts to build the sacred with whoever wants to come in and do it together. So they'll come in with a raw idea and they'll come out with a product that they can share.
Awesome. So
this will be a very low-cost way to earn some money and to help people out. That's what's happening. Yeah, the inspirational myth is happening right here today. It's a chance to use alchemy in new and open ways, manifest, practice it together. And the Mythic Workshop, whether or not it becomes a myth, it will be an instructional story and a slice of hope in the process of changing the parameters on the planet. So this is a sort of lever, sparkler, hopefully. I'd like to think so. The world is bombarded with fast food, gene manipulation, and lousy politicians. And we need some hope. So there's hope in sacred. And I want to rise above and put my efforts into that spiritual sustainability, I guess you'd call it. Okay, I'm going to interview Catherine Walker, who is the guest presenter of the Mythic Mandate Workshop today. Catherine, what do you mean by shimmering constellation of interconnection?
So the shimmering constellation, you know, that's really a metaphor for the relationship of humanity and nature on Earth and with the cosmos. There is such an interplay, such a dynamic desire on the part of the universe and nature herself for us to really come in and be fully present with the Earth. And that awakens us entirely. And if you've ever had the experience of feeling awakened, it's a marvelous experience, just even if it's just a few seconds.
Do you think that Earth has a consciousness itself, the planet?
Absolutely.
Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Well, the Earth is a living organism. She is alive. The biosphere is actually scientific proof that she is a living organism. The stones and the rocks and the things that we take for granted as being solid or dead are actually just as living as the bones in our body. They're solid, but they're always evolving, just in a way that's slow, and we can't see it as rapidly as we can see something like our compost decomposing. A soul is like a garden in the sense that we need to cultivate our souls to bring forth the fruits of our true essence. If we cultivate a garden, plant seeds, take care of it, water it, let the sun shine on it, we'll have a garden that's fruitful and it will multiply, and in a non-biblical sense. And you know, we do the same things with our souls. When we really tune into nature, she actually is like a fulcrum to help enliven that and wake us up to our truest selves, which is sort of a way of birthing our higher selves so that we can live and stand in our true full potential.
Tell me about your 35-year-long journaling practice. What does that mean? How does it come to be? What does it mean to journal?
Yeah, well, what it means to journal is for me anyway, it means to speak to my highest self and to search for truths and to ask myself, really tough questions about what is truth and how that shows up for me personally, so that I can be more aligned with myself. So the 35 years of journaling, that started, I lost my mother when I was 13. And I was, it took about 3 years till I was about 16 where I really started being able to process it. Prior to that, I'd taken a cue from my dad, who was just all about, just, it never happened, we don't talk about it, it's over. And so that never allowed me to process anything. And as a young girl, of course, losing one's mother is tough at that age. So I journaled about it, and I started realizing that I was speaking to spiritual guides, spirits on the other side. I was actually in communion with my mother through conversation in my journal. In fact, for many years, I actually recorded in my journal dialogue that I had with her, and she illuminated many things that I, in my childish consciousness, would never have ever dreamed of, and even in my adult consciousness was completely unaware of, that was happening in my life at that time, that caused her to pass on. So that's where it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. So did the journaling manifest itself into your flow idea? Are they connected?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I knew I was done or at a good point with my journaling when I felt a sense of peace, when I felt a sense of closure, or a sense of just brilliant awakening. And I would write about that, and then I would be done. I would feel like I was done. And that was just my way of going, okay, I'm done for today, or this afternoon, or whatever. I definitely think we can produce a sustainable culture. And I think it's something that happens on a small scale. It starts with eco-villages, small communities, gardens, and people agreeing that that's what they want, that's how they want to live. They want to start shedding the artificiality of the Western culture that we live in. They want to live more in tune with the earth. And so with more and more of that showing up in the world, geographically, like little lights on a map, such communities are created, and then over time, civilizations are created that way, just from a whole new paradigm of thinking.